Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ijezi. Today's quest is the disappearing brotherhood. It's not about excluding, it's about belonging. The disappearing brotherhood is not about excluding, it's about belonging. Today I want to talk about something we don't hear much about. In fact, it's quietly happening and not everybody is seeing it. And it's actually sad, especially for the male folks. And that is the quiet disappearance of male-only spaces and what that means for young men today. Now, what do I mean by men-only spaces? Men-only spaces are spaces that we know that it is men that normally like engaging in such things. But that when you go, there's only men that you see. Why? Because that is where the older men interact with the younger men in order to gain experience and knowledge of how to grow themselves to be men. Now there's a crisis, and that crisis that is the quiet disappearance of male-only spaces and what it means for young men today. The crisis we are not talking about is right in front of us. Right now, a lot of young men are feeling lost. They no longer have men teaching them how to be men. The old ideas of what it means to be a man have been torn down. And in their place, not much. When people are searching for identity and direction, they often turn to whoever speaks the loudest or seems the most confident. That's why we see certain internet personalities gaining huge followings. They are filling a gap. Some of you are complaining of Gege. Some of you are complaining of Andrew Tate. But all these men, what they are trying to do is to give men a direction of who they are. Now, the bad thing about this is that since they are following all these internet personalities, these internet personalities may decide to lead them astray, and they won't even know because they are looking for direction. And sometimes when you're looking for direction, any direction may seem right. Men are now growing confused with misplaced identities that they may eventually destroy the social structure that has held our civilization for ages. But here's the thing. It's not just about those personalities. It's about the communities forming around them. These aren't just fans. They are young men connecting with each other, often for the first time, in spaces that feel like they are for them. Now, if you notice, we have vanishing male-only spaces. Think about it. Where can men go today to just be with other men? Where they can interact and understand what it means to be a man, to do certain things for them to be progressive as men. Now, if you check, not many places. Work used to be mostly male. Now it's mixed. Or is it a sports broadcast? It's usually co-hosted by a lady. Like, they now seem to be a balance. But before, it's not like that. Women still have their spaces, but men now do not have their spaces again. Before, we normally have men's social clubs, but they are gradually being eroded. Even the Boy Scouts seem to be replaced, or it has opened up for ladies to come in. Meanwhile, female-only spaces still exist, and that's not a bad thing. Women often feel safer and more open in those environments, but men feel that way too, but we rarely talk about it. Now, this is why it matters. What I'm saying, why it matters is because when men don't have places to talk freely, share struggles, or just be themselves, they lose something important. And when they try to speak up, especially about issues that affect them most, they are often told to include everyone else first. Okay, let's take unaliving, for example. For example, men are far more likely to unalive themselves than women. Yet, the conversation often shifts away from them. It's not that other groups don't matter. is that men's issues deserve space too. Go to the gyms now. You see a lot of women have filled the gym. But before, it usually used to be men chopping iron. But now you see women distracting men, either with their bum bum or with their boobs. Before, when you come to social gatherings that men want to discuss about the way forward, they usually have only men there discussing issues that concern men. But now they feel they have a need to include women. Now look at the double standard. When women advocate for women, it's seen as empowering. When men advocate for men, it's often seen as threatening. That's actually unfair. Supporting men doesn't mean being against women. But because of this stigma, only the boldest and sometimes most extreme voices step up. Like the way I can see women complaining about gay Andrew Tate and different extreme voices now that are coming up online. I call them extreme because if these people start preaching what is bad, many men will follow them. The quieter, more thoughtful ones stay silent, which is wrong because those that are supposed to be talking may not be talking. In fact, this is one of the reasons why I started this channel. Now, the better way forward here is this, and the hopeful part about it is, if we create healthy, positive spaces for men, places where they feel seen, heard, and valued, we won't need extreme voices to fill the void. Just like girls benefit from their own spaces, boys do too. And when these spaces are respected, we build a culture that is more balanced, more understanding, and more human. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message. Maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We'll talk more in future episodes. Please let me know your thoughts on this. Thanks for listening and take care.